Did you know some kings were chosen by crowns with a mind of their own? Imagine a world where the crown doesn't just sit on a royal head, it decides who wears it. In mythology, sovereign symbols like crowns, swords, or staffs aren't just fashion statements. They're alive with meaning, bursting with hidden powers, and sometimes, they even choose their own masters. Let's begin with the legendary sword in the stone, a symbol so potent it rivals any crown. In Arthurian myth, only Arthur could pull the sword, marking him as king. But what if the real power was never in the sword, or the stone, or even Arthur? Some scholars suggest that the sword itself was a test and enchanted tool with its own will, refusing all but the worthy. Further east, we find stories from India where the royal elephant, not a crown, chooses the next ruler. In these tales, the elephant roams the crowd and kneels before its chosen king, guided by divine intuition. Here, the crown's role is taken by a living creature, but the message remains: sovereignty is earned, not inherited. In Africa, the golden stool of the Ashanti people is so sacred that it's believed to hold the soul of the nation. The stool, not the monarch, is the source of authority. When a new king is selected, he's not crowned in the usual sense, he's allowed to sit, ever so carefully, upon the stool. If the stool refuses, the king cannot rule. This is not just ceremony. It's a bargain with the spirit of the community, mediated by a symbol that demands reverence and keeps its own secrets. Back in Europe, the crown of Charlemagne is said to have chosen its rulers. According to legend, the crown would literally slip off the heads of the unworthy. Only those who passed its test could bear the weight of leadership. The crown became a judge, not just an ornament. Why do these stories persist? Maybe because they remind us that real power can't be seized, it must be granted. Symbols like crowns, swords, or even stools and elephants become gatekeepers. They force kings to prove themselves, to bargain with fate, and sometimes to accept tricks and challenges they never saw coming. These myths aren't just about royalty. They're about the nature of authority itself. Crowns that choose their king speak to the hope that leadership is more than bloodline or brute force. It's about wisdom, humility, and sometimes a little luck. So next time you see a crown, remember, in the world's oldest stories, the crown might be choosing you. Follow Lorelight for more stories worth knowing.